it was a funny story, doing the ice baths, getting heaps of benefits, and I said to my mum, "Oh, come do an ice bath with me," and she's just like flat out,
no way.
and I said, "How am I going to get you there? Like, please just come do one with me."
Yeah.
You know, she was really flat and going through menopause, whatever, and not feeling that great. And I said, "Look, this is going to boost your hormones and make you feel great." And she got to a point where she was so low that she's like, "Yeah, okay, I'll come.
Give me the goddamn ice bath."
Yeah.
G'day legends, it's Chris here from juicedupgroms.com. Welcome to Grom Chats, where we're going to talk all things kids' health. Since starting Juiced Up Groms, I've become so much more aware of our kids' health, physically, mentally and spiritually, and I see a huge need for big change in the future. On this channel, I'll be interviewing people from all walks of life to unravel from many perspectives the common trends in the next generation, all the positives, the negatives, and what we can do to make a difference to reverse the ever-growing and rapidly increasing obesity and disease rate throughout the entire population, but especially with children. With information from many professionals in various fields, we're going to create a platform for families, parents and teachers to discover simple strategies that they can implement immediately to better the health and well-being of the entire family. Together, we can create a happier, healthier future and live life juiced up.
G'day guys, welcome to the third episode of Grom Chats. Our guest today is Mitch Adams, an absolute legend and good friend of mine. So Mitch, welcome. Thanks for taking the time to having a chat. Really appreciate it. Me and Mitch have known each other for nearly 12 years now, and Mitch is a father of his 12-year-old daughter and has really good insight into some co-parenting and really focused on his health and well-being. So I'd like to chat a bit about that with you today, Mitch. So if you're happy to,
Yeah, mate. Thanks for having me. Always a pleasure, being in your company, and we always have lovely chats off camera, and this is just happy to be a part of something.
Yeah, sweet, mate. We have had really good chats over the years, and I've heard some amazing things come out of your mouth, and you've helped me in so many ways. So pretty cool to have you here right now. So let's talk all things health, and then we'll get on to kids' health as well.
Yeah,
but
cool.
For you, what do you see as health for yourself, mentally, physically, and spiritually?
I suppose I look at health and, you can be healthy in one aspect, maybe it's like your food, which is what you're doing, and teaching kids healthy living and all that kind of stuff. But it also comes spiritually, mentally. It's about waking up each day and also feeling like, how can I get the most out of today? Because that's healthy for you, in here.
Yeah.
And then consciously, what I put in my body, how that's going to make me feel. Like, if energetically putting some food in my body and go, oh, how do I feel? And that's basically what I do. Is wake up, always go for a beach swim every single day. Consciously know what foods I like and what are good for me. I love exercise, just like everybody, and I do a bit of breath work, bit of meditation, and just try and look at it holistically. And then I think a big one's just surrounding myself with good people like yourself. And
awesome.
Yeah,
so really good points. And like importance wise, do you put health like first before everything? Like, is that one of your main priorities?
Yeah, by far.
Yep.
Because we only got one vessel to get us through, and that's this body, so you might as well treat it,
Look after it, eh? Yeah.
And one thing is the ice baths that you got me into.
Yeah,
that's a game changer. So.
The cold exposure is one of the common trend with the progression in life and being resilient and getting all those benefits, cold exposure and breath work.
Oh, 100.
So glad you got on board with that, and now your mum's on board with that. You're teaching the older generation now too, which is sick, because it's not just about the younger ones, it's about us and the older generation. So that's pretty cool.
No, it's really cool. The flow-on effect, of when you do something and then you don't really see, but you teach me the ice baths, and then I do them, and then you tell someone else, and then it just spreads, and before you know it, you've got this massive flow-on effect to all these people that you love and care about, and it helps everyone.
It's crazy. Hey, I think I know about 4 or 5 people who have bought ice baths now and do it regularly, so it's really cool to see the little chain reaction. And your mum's story is probably my favourite though, because she's, how old is she now?
No, she's 54.
54, yeah.
But it was a funny story, doing the ice baths, getting heaps of benefits, and I said to said to my mum, "Oh, come do an ice bath with me," and she's just like flat out,
No way.
and I said, "Look, how am I going to get you there? Like, please just come do one with me."
Yeah.
You know, she was really flat and going through menopause, whatever, and not feeling that great. And I said, "Look, this is going to boost your hormones and make you feel great." And she got to a point where she was so low that she's like, "Yeah, okay, I'll come.
Give me the goddamn
I
ice
said,
bath.
Yeah. I said, just do one, and if you don't like it, you don't have to come back.
Yeah.
And she did that one, and it was hard for her, but she got so much benefit from it. Then the next time, she did it, and then was like 2 more times, and then she was better than me at it.
Yeah.
And she's like, it's not a competition to me.
Yeah.
As in, like, I've just done twice the amount of times. You know, she got, and now I've got one for Christmas, and she's using it every day.
Yeah.
It's just, and it's just transformed her mental health, her physical health, her hormones. She feels great, and it's like she's exercising, and it's just she's got my stepdad and my little brother. Like, it's just
that's so sick. The flow-on effect, like you said, you're helping your entire family now, so they're reaping all the benefits. But yeah, that cold exposure is so funny when you say she was like, "Nah, I'm not doing that." That's pretty much everyone's reaction until they get in the first time, and you see how much joy and pleasure it brings to every single person.
Yeah.
As much as like it is painful and cold, but afterwards they all feel $1,000,000.
So true. Hey.
Could not recommend it.
It's all in here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't do that, and they get in. They're like, "Oh, it's just gotta tell my brain that it's not cold and I'm sweet,
and it's okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna be okay. It's just a bit of cold." So, awesome tool for all the families out there. Whatever, you know, from the younger generation through the older ones. I think colder showers for kids is amazing, and then as you get older, ice baths, and then just keep pushing it and see how you feel, because it's changed my life for sure, and
it's so good to see.
Many others. So that's sick. What about nutrition? Like, how do you go about buying food, selecting food for yourself, and then also when you're looking after your daughter as well?
Yeah, I suppose a big one for me is no packaged foods, no refined foods.
Yep.
Whole foods, more like we go to Urbackers and do a big shop, get some fruit and veg.
Yep.
And then for myself is like I try to limit the bad carbs, and then just more whole foods, vegetables and proteins, and just do that's basically lots of fruit. I eat heaps of fruit, and that's also trying to give my daughter is just heaps of fruit and stuff like that for lunches, and that's been a big thing for her. Is like, Dad, like my friends have shapes and tiny
LCM bars,
LCM bars and all this, and I'm like, well, like that's junk food, sweet. And she dabbles in it sometimes because her friends will trade food with her and stuff like that. But ultimately, I think when I talk to her and she has it, and I say, well, how does that food make you feel when you eat it? And she's like, I actually didn't feel that good when I ate it. And I was like, that's the difference between good food and bad food. And I think it's a big one for the kids is they don't understand it now, but if you just keep giving them the healthy food, they'll sooner or later catches on, and they're like, oh, no, I don't actually want the junk food.
And that question you asked her, how does it make you feel?
Yeah.
Getting that awareness, because as a kid you can pretty much eat anything and you don't feel that bad, but if you keep asking and just checking, then surely there's going to be a correlation between what you're putting in and what you're getting out. So I think that's a really important question to keep asking your kids. With everything you eat, how does that make you feel? It might be, kids react different to the gluten, different fats, whatever it is, sugar. All those things can have an effect. Yeah. But if you're asking the question, they're actually going to think about it, and that's the first thing, planting that seed. So awesome work on that respect, because that's what we want to get out there. We want to spread the messaging, really communicate with kids about nutrition, because that's super important.
Totally agree, man.
Have you had any struggles when it comes to getting her to eat healthy, or some roadblocks along the way that makes it a bit tricky to encourage the healthy eating?
Sorry, just got
That's all right.
the hair in my mouth. For sure, definitely roadblocks. I mean, we all just want to try that. That you just I just want to try it, and I think it's natural for kids to want to. They see their mates eating it. Yeah. They want to indulge in it, and for sure she does do that at times, and comes home with other people's lunch, and I'm like, well, whose lunch is this? And it's like, and she's like, oh, it's not mine. I'm like, yeah, I know, but you ate it.
I got a sweet treat. Yeah.
I was like, so it is hard, but I suppose it's just being consistent. And I think the biggest thing is you can't, you're not there 24/7 to watch your kids.
Yeah.
So your kids are gonna do that, and you can't do anything about that. But I just think I just got to keep putting that positive, affirmations in about the food, and ask her how she's feeling, like you just said, and it makes a difference. Like along the way, and then they just decide, no, I don't want the junk food, and that's what she's starting to do. She's starting to, make better decisions, and so I think that's good. I mean, we all ate. We all did that wrong thing. But I think along the way you learn, and that you just got to keep doing it. Hey, I mean, society, the advertising and marketing, and they pump it all out on the tellies, and it's in the shops. So they really got no hope of not trying it. If you let them try it, and then how does that make you feel? And she's really it's good. She's starting to make her own decisions, and I think that's the biggest thing, is when she gets a bit older, is she'll look back and go, oh, well, no, I actually don't like eating junk food. So.
Because a lot of the time we don't necessarily want to do what mum and dad tell us, and it's fun to rebel, and you're going to take the sweet food and give it a try, and it does taste nice. That's the thing. Like, we're up against the battle of a Dixie drumstick compared to an apple. The drumstick tastes delicious, and as a kid, if you're making a conscious decision, you're like, I want the thing that tastes good. So that understanding and conscious decision making is awesome. So I think she's on the right track, and that's just going to get better and better as she gets older, and depending on what sport she gets into or what her hobbies are, she'll obviously notice bigger effects, how she's performing, and maybe even in school, if she's tired through the day or something like that. So
I agree there. Their energy levels, hey, you're seeing they're tired, and it's like, well, you're tired, sweet, because you're not eating healthy, and they're like, and then they catch on, hey, so
that's sweet. And you've been co-parenting for close to 12 years, pretty much the entire life of Ava's life.
Yeah, I sure have.
So I think that's a huge one for a lot of parents out there. There is co-parenting, and what do you think, in your experience, what's the best, and the positives and the negatives that come from positive? How would you go about it to get the best result for your child? What do you think is the most important thing when it comes to co-parenting?
I think the biggest thing would be, the most helpful is if you're both on the same page.
Yep.
And that's a game changer. If you're both on the same page, then that really helps. And I think it's about chatting to the other partner or the other parent. And really trying to get on the same page with your values and what you're trying to teach your kids.
Yeah.
Because I have struggled in the past, and it's only taken a few conversations, which has been good, and then we're on the same page.
Yeah, sweet.
So just mainly that. I think it's about really, just like the last question is, even if you're not on the same page, I think it's about planting the seed in your kid's head.
Yeah.
What's best for them, and it doesn't take much. As they evolve, they go, oh, actually, no, that's this is what's best for me, because this is what makes me feel good. This is healthy, and they can. Kids aren't stupid. They make a mind. They're the mind of their own, and eventually they'll choose the thing that serves them best. And
they'll start noticing what you've been saying about that food. And, oh yeah, that's what Dad was saying about that. And,
exactly.
Oh yeah, I was not feeling so great, so that's cool. Like, open communication, absolutely key. Getting on the same page. Has there been moments where it's been like total clash, and you've had?
For sure. Yeah. I don't think it's necessary to go into the exact things. I think it's just, it's just about loving your kid and wanting the best for them.
Yeah.
And showing that, and your kids pick up on the being genuine and just being there for them, just loving them.
And your behaviours too, they're going to see.
Yeah. And so not reacting, just being a support for them. Like, I think in the past, my daughter's not wanting to tell me things, and I'm like, it's going to be okay. Like, you tell me whatever, and then she'll tell me this big scary thing that she's built up in her head that's bothering her.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, okay, that's fine. Like, she's like, well, you're not angry. I'm like, why would I be angry? Like, we all make mistakes. And it's just about reaffirming to your kids that you're not going to make them feel bad or bite their head off or, all that. And then when they see, oh, no, Dad's actually quite stable and safe,
Easy
Like,
to
tell
talk
him,
to, yeah.
and that helps because later on in life when they're older, you want them to come to you and not go to somebody else when they're, some relationship's falling apart or something's going on. You want them to go, oh, I can talk to dad about anything.
Yeah.
Or I can talk to mum about anything. That's a big thing in co-parenting, I think, is because, and the kids will play you against each other.
They're smart. They know how to manipulate situations.
If I tell dad, mum said this, then I'll be able to get this out of it. So you've got to communicate with the other parent, otherwise,
They're sneaky. They'll get you.
They know exactly what's going on. Because sometimes I'll talk to her mum, she goes, no, I never said that. And I'm like, geez, she's cheeky.
Yeah, she got me. Done again,
I have to check, I was like, is this actually okay? And she's like, no.
No, that's sweet. I think, so important, because, I think just being a good role model for your kid, because they're going to see you. So your behaviour is going to literally mirror them as they grow up. So that's probably the most crucial thing as you can do as an individual in a co-parenting relationship. Like you said, you're leading by example, you're being open with the other partner. I think that's absolutely
that's key.
Key, for sure. So that's a really good point.
And if it's not, just make sure you're doing the best for your kid.
That's
loving
right.
them and being there, and if you are having struggles, it'll all work out in the end if you just keep being consistent. Consistency is key, I reckon.
So if there's any clashes, you just focus on yourself and you be the best version of you, because it doesn't matter what the other person's doing. At the end of the day, you can only be a better person if you're working on yourself anyway. So if you spend too much time worrying about the other person, it's not going to do any good for your child. So awesome point, mate. In the future, moving forward, Ava's coming up to being a teenager. How do you want to see the future for yourself and your daughter when it comes to living a nice, long, healthy life? I know it's super important to you, so.
Yeah. Again, I suppose, I know it's reiterating it, but it's just being that support and basically trying to, instead of looking at your kids as, they're a kid and I know better than them and all that, I think it's empowering them to make conscious choices and not make the choices for them, because you can't. I know people, I'm doing my kid I'm doing the right thing for my kid and making the decisions so they don't, muck up. Well, we're going to muck up, and I know when I was a kid, people tell you this is what you shouldn't do, and I'm like, you're not telling me what to do. Like, I'm going to do what I want to do. And you think you're right when you're a teenager. You think you know everything. You don't know everything, but you need to figure out and be wrong to learn. And I think it's just
best lessons in life.
Yeah, teach them how to make conscious decisions, and then let them make the decisions. And if they fail, they'll learn from it. And that's the big thing, I think.
Yeah, because failure is the best teacher at the end of the day. You very rarely do the same mistake twice. If you're a smart person.
Yeah.
And anything in life, whatever you're doing, starting a business, playing sport, building a house, the builder's not going to go, making the same mistake twice.
No,
the electrician's not going to go touch that live wire again.
No.
So I think awesome advice. Let your kid make some decisions for themselves and see what response they get, and if they make a mistake, hopefully they learn, and you can talk about it in a nice open conversation. So mate, I think that was a beautiful conversation, and I really appreciate the time for talking about, especially co-parenting. I know it's a bit of a tricky one, but I think a lot of parents will really appreciate that. And open communication is best. 100%. And if not, work on yourself. Always be the best version of you.
Be a role model, hey? So,
100%. Exactly. No, thanks so much, mate. Appreciate it.
Always good.
Legend.
Always
that was
good.
great.